Morning and happy Easter, everybody. It is Easter 2021, April 4th, 2021, and it is 6:39 in the morning, and the Easter Bunny seems to have just come outside in the yard. Actually, for those of you, I don't want to ruin it for you guys who believe in the Easter Bunny, but I actually went out there and hit a bunch of Easter eggs, and so it's all locked and loaded and ready for the kids to wake up and come downstairs and discover that the Easter Bunny had indeed visited. So, that's just the guy would be a terrible murderer. I mean, he's just leaving evidence everywhere, all over the yard. Anyway, yes, it is Easter, and still, I'm on broadcast number 101, keeping it going. I'm not stopping at 100, folks. And my name's Eureka John, and this is Eureka Street Crypto Hub, and I'm talking about crypto news and crypto projects, and you're witnessing my process of discovery on all this crypto world and everything that is going on here in the crypto space. Or not everything, but everything that catches my eye, anyway. So, that music you just heard was from my old band, Lasers, and it's an interesting band. We, had a lot of fun being really weird and doing weird stuff and playing weird music and getting wasted and getting up on stage and stuff like that, all around Austin and Texas. So, it's now I'm old, but that was my fun 30s, and so here I am now, just waking up early, hiding Easter eggs and talking about the crypto news. So I'd prefer this life actually now, so I'm having more fun. So anyway, sorry. Okay, I got my kombucha tea, and I have my CoinGecko right in front of me. Everything I say today on this program and on all programs is not financial advice. I barely know what I'm talking about, and I'm figuring stuff out as I go along. This is, like I said, my journey into crypto, and I'm discovering stuff every day, and I'm just documenting it. And you're along for the ride with me. So, so don't take anything too seriously if I get something wrong or whatever. And give a thumbs up on the YouTube, or if you're on Odyssey, that little flame symbol. I really like it when people discover this broadcast through Odyssey and more unconventional platforms like Odyssey or Theta, because they're decentralized. And apparently YouTube completely deleted tons of thumbs downs on videos and negative comments on videos that went against the Biden presidency, which is like, even if you support Biden, I don't like any of those guys. I'm not going to get political, but just seriously, allow some free speech to happen and don't be deleting negative comments over a political candidate. They're not even hiding it anymore. It's first it was about the Rona. I can't even say it because the algorithm will catch it. The thing they put in your arm and stuff like that, and the efficacy of it and leading to misinformation. They would delete that out of health concerns. Now they're not even hide it. It's just straight out of negative political agenda. So anyway, whatever. Let's get. God, man, I never wanted to make this show political. I'm not a political dude, and so sorry about that. Anyway, I want to talk about crypto, and let's see here. Let's look at CoinGecko. Oh, hold on one second. I got the kids possibly chomping at the bit for those Easter eggs. Alright, so this is how we communicate in my house. I text upstairs. Okay, so Bitcoin sitting at 57,000. It went back down. Still kind of won't pass that $60,000 mark on a permanent basis. But hey, who am I to complain about? It's at 57,000 right now, so I'll take it. And I only think it's going to go higher. There's probably some institutions and strategies at play to try to keep it down and suppressed as long as possible, while all these institutions are slowly implementing Bitcoin into their infrastructure and getting all the sign-offs and approvals that are necessary, because larger entities move at the pace of molasses. So yes, this is taking a long process, and the rest of us individuals and low-level investors are just like chomping at the bit, just like saying, come on, you know, let's do this money shot here. But no, they're taking their time. So, and I know Bitcoin is supposed to be organic and not dependent upon external circumstances, yada yada, and all this stuff, but there are factors at play and some manipulation happening to a certain extent. And I know Bitcoin is fairly durable against this type of manipulation, but it still happens. Anyway, Ethereum, on the other hand, has been sitting above 2,000, and it kept its resistance level at the 2,000 mark, which is great. So yeah, it shot above 2,000, went to 2,149 or something like that, and then it's come back down and it's hit a resistance level at around $2,000. So that to me is amazing news. I only think Ethereum is going to be going higher. I did see some comments, you know, on the Ethereum group on Facebook and stuff. Oh, you know, Ethereum's never going to go over $3,000 if it keeps up with these gas fees and all this stuff like that. You know, no, you're wrong. Ethereum will keep going. The gas fees, you know who doesn't care about gas fees? Corporations and institutions don't care about gas fees. The retail investor, you and I, we're the ones squawking about gas fees. They don't care. When you're dealing with like 100 Ethereum or 1,000 Ethereum at one time being transacted, you don't care about little gas fees. And Ethereum right now is becoming accepted, adopted, and brought in, maybe they're all synonyms, to the institutions and large corporations. And they've formed a glass ceiling in a way of what was supposed to be smart contracts for everybody, democratizing the blockchain space and everything like that, has now turned into gas fees that have, you know, the way Ethereum works, whenever you're trying to get a transaction through, the person who pays the highest gas fees gets their transaction through first. Well, guess who does not care about gas fees and would probably be willing to pay a high gas fees? Institutions and corporations. So it's created a glass ceiling, and it's basically undemocratized the smart contract and blockchain space. And there are a lot of projects right now competing to fill that space, namely Polkadot, Cardano, Zilliqa, Cosmos, you know, just a bunch of other smart contract type of enabled blockchain technologies that in fact are probably superior to Ethereum at this point. But Ethereum is the tried and true one right now. It's the tested one, and it is the one being adopted by large corporations and institutions. So this glass ceiling has temporarily been created until Ethereum 2.0 fully rolls out. And there's also EIP 1559, which should potentially helpfully alleviate some of that as well. So yeah, Ethereum will go to 3K, and it will go well above 3K, and there's not a whole lot you or I can do to stop it right now, and basically bitching about gas prices is not going to help. So anyway, that's just my opinion on it, and what do I know? You know, I'm just a dude trying to figure this stuff out. So. But anyway, let's go down the list here. Binance Coin 344.13, Polkadot 43.94, Tether knocked down to 5th place at $1. Tether's at $1. Wow. Okay, good. Cardano $1.18, XRP at 59 cents, Uniswap $30.41, Litecoin sitting at 9th place at 201.91. Chainlink went back down to like $27 or something yesterday, and now it's back up to $30.68. Can't really decide where it wants to be, if it really wants to make this push or not. Filecoin is still doing its thing right now, and keeping on at 42.3% up in the last 7 days. And Theta Network 11 at 59. So I'm super stoked about the Theta Network. And you know who else has gotten them to be an all-time high is Unibright as well. It's another coin that I have been following for quite a bit. They're at $1.57. They did hit an all-time high yesterday, I believe. Yeah. Or about 3 hours ago at $1.74. They have a lot of stuff going on right now, and a lot of stuff going on with them, and a lot of partnerships, and you know, so go check them out at their homepage and sign up with their news. I have been following them for a while. Basically, they started off as like a smart contract platform built on Eureka that would allow corporations to drag and drop in a GUI, graphical user interface, to be able to make smart contracts. So companies wouldn't have to hire expensive developers or consultants or anything like that. And then from there, that idea and that concept and that model, it has just blossomed out with large partnerships with a lot of companies, including the baseline protocol to standardize a lot of silos within corporations and to bring DeFi into corporations as well. So it has just become a huge endeavor. So yeah, Unibright is a thing. Unibright is a thing. Anyway, let's go back to the homepage here. One thing that I always forget to talk about is looking at the Bitcoin dominance up here. Bitcoin dominance right now is 55.2 and Ethereum dominance is at 12.2%. These are numbers, okay, you take the entire market cap right here, and how much of it is Bitcoin and Ethereum? Well, there's a lot of Bitcoin maxis out there saying Bitcoin is king, Bitcoin is the only one. If you don't just forget about all these other crap coins, shite coins, is what they call them. So the other word, but I'm trying to keep this as much of a family program, even though I don't know any families that would sit around and watch this. But trying to keep it a clean program as much as possible. And Bitcoin dominance is at 55.2. That's actually pretty low compared to what it has been in the past. And you can slowly see Web 3.0 being rolled in and Bitcoin's dominance kind of lowering as a lot of these other cryptocurrencies are starting to take their role and solidify their position as useful entities in the crypto space and in Web 3.0 and in the fourth industrial revolution. So it's been interesting to watch, and the Bitcoin maxis, are having less and less of a podium to be able to stand on. So and enough with the tribalism too. Like seriously, just let it go and realize that there are spaces for a lot of different type of projects in this place. And yes, Bitcoin is king. Bitcoin is the store of value. It started it all, and I believe it's going to be the world reserve currency. But there is a lot of other places for a lot of other things in here as well. So anyway, another token I wanted to look at, and I looked at this back around mid-February, and I just kind of stumbled upon it. And with me doing my music, and I've uploaded a bunch of my music here to audius.co, and that is a decentralized, kind of a decentralized SoundCloud, if you will, or Spotify, like a video streaming and uploading services for artists to be able to showcase their work. But this is based on the blockchain. And the music that I played at the very beginning was that. Well, anyway, when you're talking about digital rights management and copyright management and stuff like that, Audius does not really have anything that deals with that. And then with all these NFTs coming out on the marketplace, and probably a lot of people putting the ERC 721 tag, NFT tag, maybe on some images or some things that they shouldn't be putting it on, that is not necessarily their intellectual property or artistic property. So Eureka solves this. And anyway, before I go into that, I did want to mention that last time I talked about Eureka in mid-February, they had not had their coin, not coin offering, but what do you call it? Hold on. I had to look this up. Oh lordy. Okay, hold on. TGE. Okay, so token generation event is what it's called. Okay, so they had not had their token generation event yet. Sorry, it was on the tip of my tongue. And so they weren't on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap yet, and now they are on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. We are able to look them up and see their pricing and what's going on, and evidently they are up 12.9% in the past 24 hours. In the past 7 days, well, they haven't quite been out 7 days yet. But so this is brand spanking new. It's a shiny new toy. Go check it out at the website. I will take a look here in a second. But let's take a look on CoinMarketCap here and see if we can find this as well. Hold on, I was looking at ARC stuff yesterday. URQA, Eureka, and I like the name too. Yeah, so Eureka has been a really interesting part of my life. At young kids, I would watch Elmer Fudd say Eureka, gold at last, and then I lived on Eureka Drive actually for 14 years, and then now here I am. That's where I discovered cryptocurrency. And then Eureka in Greek, I studied Greek for a long time. Eurekos means I found it, and then now I have the Eureka Street Crypto Hub, and then here it is, the Eureka Token. So anything with Eureka in it, I kind of like. So 17.99% the past one, 18%. There it just went up a little bit more. It's at $4.60. So this token is doing very well. I don't see any market cap or anything like that right now. We have a $2.8 million volume going on. So this is so brand new. There's not a whole lot of information on it right now. But I have looked at this project before back in mid-February, and I briefly touched on it. And let's take a quick look at this website here. Okay. Let's see here. So, protecting your work, your rights, your revenue. Imagine all these NFTs being put out there, and yes, somebody has an ERC 721. Does it really prevent somebody else from necessarily using that for whatever they're going to do with their project or their monetization, and then you completely get stiffed on the cut of that? Yeah, it might be unethical, but it might not be illegal. So here's a way for you to copyright stuff, and normally the copyright process takes months, and Eureka does this really quickly. They do have validators for you that go through and make sure that your idea is original and that nobody has copyrighted anything like this before or created an NFT out of anything like this before. And they offer enforcement solutions, as they have these validators continuously going through to make sure that the person's creation is not being copied and used. So they have the enforcers to go around and to help identify unauthorized use of the creator's work around the world. And it adds value by submitting evidence of infringements to creators who can then remedy the situation through a demand letter or otherwise. So anyway, this Eureka right now is exploding with partnerships. They have partnerships right now with Ferrum Networks, Utrust, BlockPast, NetVRK, and more right now will be announced. So I'm sure we'll be seeing more and more news on this. I'd actually like to do like a full video on this project here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like an interview or an AMA, but Blockchain Brad as well does some really good interviews with the CEO, and I'll look at that in a second, and I'll link that in the bottom of this episode. And then they have some partnerships with some prominent creators. Bryce Soderbergh from Lifehouse, that band, if you don't know Lifehouse. And then Kenny Aronoff, an acclaimed guitarist. And then Dean Driver, he's a Canadian sculptor. So it doesn't just work for just musicians or paint medium artists. You can do sculptors, you can do people creating websites. There's all different types of ways that you can use this. Maybe even some applied industrial concepts or something like that. So I'm sure it will branch out to many, many more industries and different types of mediums and artistic creation types. And not just artistry as well, like I said, industrial applications and maybe engineering applications. So this looks to be a pretty effective tool. Let's see here. The board of advisors. So they have a board of advisors as well, and they have some really impressive credentials in the music industry and former execs. So they are taking some people with some actual experience and using them as the board of advisors, which I think is really cool. You always need people, not just the techies to create this type of stuff, but you need people deep in the industry to make sure that it will indeed be effective. And let's see, what else do we have here? Currently, the project is closed. It is in beta testing. It is, let's see. So we have this video here. We have all these points here. The problem, U.S. copyright takes over 3 months. The solution is Eureka's solution records the claim as public, immutable record on the blockchain within minutes. The U.S. Copyright Office says they don't validate anything. Also, blockchain 1.0 solutions like WIPO only do the same thing but on the blockchain. Creators can choose to have Eureka validate their creations. This is done using Eureka's technology and global network of skilled validators. And copyright protection is complex and expensive, just like any bureaucracy. A country with 1.35 billion people, India, had 14,625 copyright registrations in 2019, down from 19,997 in 2018. Jeez. Eureka engages and empowers creators globally. Creators can stake their claim to their creation for a fraction of the cost of traditional registration agencies. Users can also use the premium collection as a tool to license or buy the rights to the creative work. This provides the economic opportunity for creators globally, regardless of economic status. And I think that is very important and a key feature, regardless of economic status. I'd be more willing to dig a little deeper into the cost of doing this, because a lot of times what tech creates with great intentions can create like a glass ceiling for those who might be privileged enough to know about this type of tech. So, and then those who don't know about this type of tech, then there procreates or generates a bunch of middlemen to track down and find the artists, and then they demand a cut, which is natural. I mean, you want a cut of something from your work, but then that just kind of subverts the entire concept of democratization of copyright and of monetization and all that stuff. So it's kind of a catch-22. You have this amazing tech, but only those who are privileged really know about it, and then you have the middlemen that are formed in order to spread and evangelize the word of this awesome new tech, but then they take their cut. So then it becomes expensive. So I don't know, but that would be something that could be talked about possibly in some kind of interview or AMA. Anyway. So let's find the team here. So they have all their LinkedIns right here, so you can take a look. The founder, engineering gold medalist. So which one of these guys here is the founder? Let's see, chief scientific officer, both went to University of Waterloo. That's where Vitalik Buterin went. And he's the founder of Ethereum. And then let's see here. I guess let's see, creator of Eureka Concept. So he must be the founder, Harsh Khandelwal. So he's the one that went to University of Waterloo. Okay, and he's the gold medal for Canadian Society for Mechanical Engineering. Sorry if I may have said your name wrong. Cool. All right. So some major credentials right there. Head of legal, was voted top corporate lawyer in Canada last year. So I imagine legal must be the head of legal. He must have a tough job and a big job for this company, since it is copyright and validation and enforcement and all that type of stuff. So it's probably got a desk full of stuff to look at here in the near future once all this stuff starts getting off the ground. And I'm sure the validators will too. If this really catches some traction, which I think would be cool if it did. Partner at Canada's third largest law firm, copyright specialist helping protect creative work, University of New Brunswick. All right, and Matt Dijon, former professional engineer, investment manager for more than 100 million in assets under management. Okay, so Shannon Powell, CMO, managed and led marketing team for over 1,000 real estate units in the United States and Canada. And I really like this website. If you are indeed the one in charge of creating this website and the video up there that illustrated the concept. So you did a great job with the marketing there. So good job, Shannon Powell. And Robert Eccles, or Eccles, like Ecclesia maybe, which means church or gathering in Greek. Over 18 years of international experience in technology management roles at BP. Former CIO of BP Trinidad and Tobago. Certified Scrum Master and Bachelor of Science in Computer Science at the University of West Indies. Right on. And then Jennifer Shahan, Scientific Research. And Jim Whitestone in Finance. And so a lot of these people here have gone to the University of Waterloo, a computer security focused PhD, including research into Ethereum smart contract safety analysis. Wow. And and former partner at boutique accounting firm in Waterloo, Canada. So a lot of these guys are from, dealing with where Vitalik Buterin was here. So interesting team. Good for you guys. I hope this gains traction. I will be looking into the Eureka Token and maybe possibly helping to contribute to this project in some meaningful way. And this video, I will link this video in the description. It is a great marketing video to explain the concept. And I looked at this back in mid-February. I was interested, and now that they're out on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, I can follow it, and I will be joining their community and trying to participate in some meaningful way, as this goes right along with my interest in the Audius one. And the Audius platform is one of my favorites right now, and Eureka goes right along with that. So I think these two could go hand in hand. Maybe they should find some way to work together. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff going on with digital rights management, and with all these NFTs especially coming out. Just because somebody can make something an NFT does not mean that they necessarily have the right to it. And who's going to enforce that? So, all right. Anyway, that's my take. I'm gone on 27 minutes. I was going to sit here and talk a little bit about what the difference between a digital currency and a cryptocurrency is today, if I could ever get this screen to pull up, because I've had people ask me, what's the difference between using my ATM card and a crypto, a crypto credit card, and I know the difference, but being able to articulate it effectively is kind of an issue. So I will make an outline, and I was just going to kind of talk through these couple websites, but I'll do this tomorrow. This will be tomorrow's episode about the difference between cryptocurrencies and credit cards and stuff like that, and the ways in which you can articulate that in an effective manner, because a lot of people just don't get the difference between using your bank card at the Quickie Mart versus how cryptocurrency is. Isn't it all just digital money, right? There are ways to explain it, and absolutely they are very different, but not everybody can see that at first. So anyway, so I will link this website, I will link this video, good talk. All right. Oh man, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to beat the kids who are probably chomping at the bit right now. It's not even daylight yet, and the kids are going to be chomping at the bit, wanting to run out and collect their eggs. So I'm going to make sure that they have breakfast first before they go and sit there and get amped up and have laser eyes with sugar. So all right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and shoot me a DM on Twitter, and give a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and every day you discover something new, and every day is the resurrection of new ideas, right? Every single day it resets and starts over, and every single day we have to work to resurrect ourselves and new ideas, and it's very appropriate since it's Easter today. All right, have a good day. Bye.